Today's lecture is about using order of operations, which puts together addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication for integers. So let's see how they work. The first thing you need to know is this lovely picture. It is something that you need to memorize and you already know it. It's PEMDAS. It stands for Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. P stands for parentheses, brackets, braces, absolute values, or fraction bars, or square roots, everything that is a grouping symbol. Excuse, E stands for exponents, things like this, 2 to the third power, 3 to the second power. My M stands for multiplication. D stands for division. But guess what? My M does not take precedence over D. Actually, when you see multiplication and division together, you do them from left to right. Now, Aunt Sally part, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. And again, when you see addition, subtraction together, you do them from left to right. So let's talk about some of these particulars. Okay. Now, I want to go over the exponents first, and there are certain rules you need to know. Anything to the first power is the number itself. Anything other than 0 to the 0th power is 1. Don't mix that up with 0 to the 0th power, which is undefined. That one you will learn a little bit more about later on in life. 2 to the third power, that means you are going to multiply 2 3 times. Left to right, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. Now this one is the tricky one. Negative 2 to the second power. Think of this as 0 and subtract 2 to the second power. And remember PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. You have to do the exponent first before the subtraction. So what that means is don't touch the subtraction, do the exponent first. And something taken away from 0 is negative 4. All right, now, so remember this is different than negative 2 to the second power. What does negative 2 to the second power mean? It means negative 2 times negative 2, double negative, that is a positive 4. Let's look at this one, negative 2 to the third power. That one is simply 0 minus, I put the 0 in there to explain something. 2 to the third power, that's 8. And you're still taking away 8 from 0, which is negative 8. This one also gave you a negative answer. Let's look at this situation. Negative 2 to the third power, which is negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. Left to right, that's positive 4 times negative 2, that's negative 8. 1 to the second power is 1 times 1, that's 1. And 0 to the fourth power is simply 0, 0, 0, and 0. That gives you 0. So remember that from your whole numbers. So knowing all the exponents, let's go see what we can do with them. Let's talk about grouping symbols. Now when you see some like this, parentheses, what that means is that you have to go do this guy first. 2 times 3 minus 2, that's 1. Do that operation first. 2 times 1 is 2. So we took care of that. Sometimes you'll see a double one like this. My braces look funny. All right, how's that work? You're going to do the inner one first, rewrite everything. 3 minus 2 is 1. Then do the outer one next. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Sometimes you will see a triple one. Just triple up all these guys. Let's say something like that. All right. How do you do that? From inside out. 2 times 2 is 4. I'll write everything else the way they were. 2 times 2 is 4. Now I do the next one. 3 minus 4, that's negative 1. I write everything else. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. Now I do what's inside the braces. 2 times negative 1, that's negative 2. And you have a 2 in front of it, and you have negative 4. So the key is when you are doubling, tripling up all the grouping symbols, do them from inside out. Now another grouping symbol is square root. Remember, if 2 square is 4, that means square root of 4 is 2. If 3 square is 9, square root of 9 is 3. So what does that mean? When you see the square root in an operation like that, you do them, because they work like grouping symbols, you do this one first. 2 times 10 minus 1 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So pay attention to the grouping symbols. And the other grouping symbols are absolute values and fraction bars. Let's look at absolute values. If you have some like this, that means you have to do the absolute value first. 2 times 3 minus 2, that's 1. And absolute value of 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So that takes precedence over anything else. How about the fraction bar? If you have a fraction bar, it means this. Something like that. You do what is on one side of the fraction bar first. 3 minus 1 is 2. And that's a grouping symbol. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So pay attention doing those grouping symbol ones first. Addition and subtraction. Aunt Sally. So how does that work? So if you have an addition subtraction, do them from left to right. Let's say 2 minus 3 plus 2 minus 4. Left to right. So if you do a number line situation, 2 is to the right, 3 is to the left, 1, 2, 3. 2 is to the right again, 1, 2. And 4 is to the left again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So where did I end up? I ended up at negative 3. Let's see if I can do that in my head. 2 minus 3, that's negative 1. Negative 1 plus 2, that's 1. 1 minus 4, that's negative 3. So when you do them left to right, you won't get in trouble. Multiplication and division, you also do them left to right. Let's say I have some like that. 4 divided by 2, that's 2, times 2, that's 4. How about signed ones? 4 divided by negative 2 times negative 2. How's that work? 4 divided by negative 2, that's negative 2, times negative 2. Double negative, that's positive 4. How about I do multiplication first? 4 times negative 2 divided by 4. Okay. You do multiplication first. 4 times negative 2, that's negative 8. Divided by 4, that's negative 2. All right, so you do them from left to right as well when you see them together. Putting it all together, let's look at something like this, and we're going to do more of that. All right, so let's look at that. absolute value first. 4 minus 3, that's 1. Do the absolute value first. I know 1 to any power is 1, so I'm doing the exponent next. Then I have a multiplication, I'll do that next. And finally, I do the subtraction. All right. So let's look at some of these guys. Addition, division. Which one do I do first? Please excuse my dear. Okay, D. So that one is before A. So I have to do this guy first. Negative 10 plus 4 divided by 2 is 2. Negative 10 plus 2 is negative 8. Let's do this one. Multiplication, division, subtraction, So I know that multiplication, division is going first before this subtraction and addition. So, but I have 3 of these guys and 2 of these guys. So I'm going to do these guys first. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12 divided by 2. That is negative 6. And the rest, you have it. Now do this multiplication. That's 10. Now, I took care of the multiplication and division. All I have to do is just do the last step. Negative 6, that's negative 12. Negative 12 plus 10, that's negative 2. How about something that has some division bar in there? Now, this one is a grouping symbol, so I have to do that first. 10 plus minus 4, plus minus is negative. 10 minus 4 is 6. Now do the division. 24 divided by 6 is 4. All right. A little more. This one. Now I have multiplication, exponents, and all the grouping symbols. Grouping symbols first. I have to group this guy. 2 minus 3, that's negative 1 to the 0th power, minus 6, plus, I can do the multiplication, minus to the 0th power, that's 1. So I did the exponents, negative 1 to the 0th power, that's 1. You have double negative, that's 6, and another 6, and a negative 1. Put it together, left to right, 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 6, 13, plus, minus 1, 12. Now, something with the grouping symbol, I need to tackle the left and the right, top and bottom separately. Now, this one has a multiplication. So let's multiply and tackle the top. Negative 7, negative 3, that's positive 21. And this one is negative 3 times 4, 12. That's the top. Let's look at the bottom. I need to do the inside and then the outside a little bit. So I have 3 times 7. Let's do the inside. 3 minus 10. That is simply negative 7. I'm still dealing with the denominator. Let's go here. Now I have to do this inside the brackets. 7 divided by negative 7, that's negative 1. So on top I have 21 minus 12, which is 9. And at the bottom I have 3. 7 divided by 7, that is negative 1. And guess what? 9 divided by negative 3 and positive negative, that gives me a negative answer. All right. Sometimes you're going to see some evaluating problems, and it'll be something like this. Evaluate for, given these values, an expression like that. All you have to do is put all the values in parentheses instead of letters, and you'll be fine. So x is negative 1. So you have negative 1 to the y is 2 plus x is negative 1. Z is negative 3. Now let's do the exponent. You have negative 1 squared, that's 1. And this one is double negative, so that's a positive. 3 plus 1, 4. Let's do this one. XYZ, what is that? XYZ is -1, Y is 2, and Z is -3, minus ZX, that's -3, and X is -1, plus Y is 2 divided by 2. All right, minus plus, I do the multiplication first. This one's left to right, -1 times 2, -2 times -3, that's 6. This one's double negative, but I do the multiplication first. -3, -1, that's 3, and you have a negative in front of it. So that takes care of this and this, plus, and you have to do the division. 2 divided by 2, that's 1. Left to right, 6 minus 3, that's 3, plus 1, that's 4. So this ends actually the section with putting it all together with order of operations.